Thank you all so much for 500 subs, and as a celebration, enjoy this quick video. With 2 weekly bosses blown up and thrown to the side, there seems to be nothing level 1 Dehya can't handle, so why not go full throttle and send her into the ultimate endgame of Genshin Impact, the Abyss. With a horde of enemies, most of them imbued with pyro in the first half and a whole boss rush in the second, let's see if Dehya has the gall to make it to the other side. Can you beat the Spiral Abyss with a level 1 Dehya? No. No, you cannot. What, you seriously thought I was gonna main DPS my way through level 100 enemies? At least the weekly bosses are only at level 90. That's not to mention the 10-minute time restraint that she will definitely not beat. Dehya is more of a marathon runner, but when that racetrack is around Teyvat, you'll know she'll collapse. No teams are even suited for her to deal even close enough damage. Not Melt, not Vape, not even Burgeon, which is supposed to be the easiest damage out there. Unfortunately, even with maxed out elemental mastery, Dendro core explosions do require a higher character level to do more damage. Just compare our level 1 Dehya to a level 90 Thoma. The only reason why she seems to be doing good is because this is only floor 9. If she's struggling with these enemies, what makes you think that she'll be able to do anything against floor 12? As great as it would be to send her in solo and watch her sweep each floor, we're going to need to give her some teammates this time around. But we'll make sure that she'll provide something no one else will on her team. And what's more special about her kit than her elemental skill? Remember her red main's blood effect we used to keep over 100% crit rate in our Scaramouche episode? Well, there's another effect if you read between the lines. Party members in the radius will gain an increased interruption resistance. I've been Zhongli-less since the start of my Genshin account, so this will be very helpful for anyone in dire need for stability. Now, which DPS should I pair her with? There's Sino, my main man, Wanderer might work too, Ridley's a new kid on the block, Linny. It's going to be Linny. Not only is she one of Linny's actual best teammates when she's raised, but Linny will definitely need her extra pyro element for his mono pyro passive. Along with Linny, let's throw in Bennett because that's just Linny's other best teammate. The third can be a flex slot, but I've thrown in Venti Starbucks. Now, which side should we put this team in? If you legitimately ponder this question, I am concerned for you. There is no way we're pitting Linny against the Pyrolectors, so we're sending him into the second half to fight against the 3 bosses. But is Dehya enough to protect Linny from a boss that necessitates Electro, a Dendro chicken able to one-shot, and a robot duo capable of melting and swirling the whole team to death? Let's find out. Oh, by the way, I have this team for the first half. It uses my C1 Ridley and a double Hydro Freeze Common, capable of eating through those Pyrolector shields with ease. I skipped Nervalette for Ridley and I skipped Farina for Ayato, whom I did get during the wishes on my stream. By the way, go check it out. It's twitch.tv/GamerPerson06. Link is also in the description. And also while you're down there, please consider leaving a like, sub, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on future episodes. With that call to action out of the way, let's start our runs. Of course, we know Riley can handle himself over there, so let's focus on Dehya's half, starting with the Dorito Bot. While it is preferred to bring in a Dendro and Electro character to quicken Asamon out of its camouflage, or at least get Electro to stun it once you've broken his machines, if you break its turret before it goes invisible, you'll be able to stop it from hiding away. It takes a bit of timing, but Lenny's healthy dosage of bombs will make sure you skip the first time he fades away. Unfortunately, Lenny's bombs aren't forever, so it'll be able to get away the second time he tries it. You'll need to keep shooting the machines down, and Dehya would be great for keeping him still. I also tried to break the machines with Dehya since she's a Claymore user and has an easier time breaking these things, but alas, her punches are just as pitiful as they are on the machines as they are on the bosses. Once you do break the machines, start stacking up Lenny's prop surplus stacks to get that bigger skill damage. You see me charge up Venti's arrow instead of using his skill because for some reason, Venti thinks he can do something to damage the turret specifically designed to break when in contact with Electro alone and targets that instead. Bennett also has a problem. Don't follow him. He's a bad role model. Luckily, Lenny can output huge numbers in a short window, so keep at it until the Dorito Bot breaks. The next chamber houses the Dendro chicken, and boy is it mad. There's nothing too special about this boss other than using Dehya to stabilize Lenny, except for when the bird takes too much pyro damage. If you expose it to too much fire, it'll shed its skin and produce these 3 moss bubbles that will turn into fungi if you don't break them in time. You'd rather not have them blasting Dendro in your face every now and then, so you can use Dehya's skill to clear them all in a single cast. Keep casting Fireball onto the chicken until it's roasted. Sorry, Thanksgiving was a couple weeks ago. We don't need it anymore. And finally, the chamber I was dreading about the most, the Dirge Acapelia. They attack with huge AoEs of Crow and Anima, both of which can 2-tap Lenny out of existence, and bring in Bennett, who keeps applying power on the active character inside his field that allows for more destructive reactions, isn't the best thing either. Not even Dehya can save this run. Until I found something. Something revolutionary. Something that could not only defeat this boss with ease, but also reduce it to a mere scrap of rubble. God, I'm sorry you're not here to experience this. Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Oh no, I am in the... What happened? You're stunned. You can stun them? That's nuts. Yeah. Lenny's charge attacks can sometimes produce a pneuma spike that can trigger a reaction when mixed with Osea, and it just so happens that when the dirge is spinning all prettily in the center, she's shielded with an aura of Osea. Yeah, all it takes is 3 reactions and she's down for the count, limited to basic dance moves. I really did just figure this out by mistake, when it was probably supposed to teach you about the pneuma Osea reaction from the start of 4.0, get the dirge to basically 0.01 health. No, that's not low enough, and take out Dehya for the final blow, and defeating the Spiral Abyss with a level 1 Dehya carrying the team is a mission. Wait, what? It wasn't actually Dehya that dealt the final blow, but rather the Abyss Blessing. Well, I guess it was truly destined to be a series for Dehya to get revenge on the world for stealing her moment of glory. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Level 1 Dehya vs. the World is officially a series on YouTube, and you can check it out here in this playlist, but it could not have become reality without your help. Dehya vs. Scaramouche really set not only the series, but also the channel into discoverability with 12k views, 250 likes, and 200 subs. Yeah, Dehya vs. Child has yet to catch the YouTube algorithm train, but nevertheless, it's been an amazing journey so far. Thank you all so much for being here, whether it's through watching my streams, commenting below, or even just dropping that like, sub, and ring that notification bell. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I do hope you'll stick around. But until then, have a good day, night, etc.